What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 174 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaFlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the Mayor of Stardew Valley, Chris Montalbano.
What's up, everybody?
We got the most degenerate squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
Can cast Meteor now.
We got the Ray Trace 2 Rag, Madrid Devon.
We building decks.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo Switch Online, SEGA and their Super Games, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Digimon Survive. All right, so I guess we could start off talking about Josh got a Switch, and so now we finally decided to pull the trigger and like get all our ducks in a row to do the Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack family plan.
Hell yeah.
All of us have it.
Have y'all done anything special with played any N64 games, played any because you're going to stream later on.
Game.
It's literally just like it's just a few, but it's like all the ones that everybody's like, I guess
I know
wants
Pokemon
to play
Stadium on there.
All the ones?
Not all of them. It's really hard. It's the handful of like bangers. Like you got Mario 64, you got Star Fox 64, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis,
F-Zero.
Yoshi's Story, which is one of my favorites.
Oh shit, you got Yoshi on there?
Yeah, Yoshi's Story. I think they have a Kirby game.
I'm just gonna bring up the list on my Switch.
I was just going off the top.
Of course, I'm up here playing Mario Tennis, and I got my shit pushed in.
So you got Mario Golf, F-Zero X, Majora's Mask, Banjo-Kazooie, Paper Mario, Dr. Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart 64, Mario Tennis, Sin and Punishment, Star Fox 64, Super Mario 64, Win Back, and Yoshi's Story.
Okay. I mean, that's
solid.
It's
solid.
It's like you said, a handful of bangers with hopefully more in the pipe.
Yeah, you throw some Pokemon in there, that's
a wrap. I haven't played any of those. And the one Nintendo 64 game that I have physically is Pokemon Stadium 2. I have a Japanese version.
Hell yeah.
But
I played a little bit of Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, but it was always at a friend's house, so I never really got to crack in on it. And that dude used flying types, so it's like he just used fly every turn. He couldn't attack them.
Yeah, that's when Thunder hits fly.
I don't think yet. I don't think that was a effect yet.
It happened. Didn't that start in
that came
Gen
later.
2?
Well, Pokemon Stadium 1 was Gen 1.
Was it Gen 1?
Pokemon Stadium 2 was Gen 2.
I'm not 100% sure about that one.
Yeah, Gen 1 was unforgiving.
Yeah, Gen 1 was they really needed to. It's broken. You get a Alakazam and you pretty much won the game. Was it solely Gen 1? Jesus, I guess. Fuck. Yeah, I guess I am thinking of
Psychic and Dragon types were broken as shit, though.
There was only
Dragonite.
Yep.
Yeah, Dragonite was the only Dragon type. There were no fairies to counter it, and then the ice was you got a free Lapras who did ice as stab, so that was tight. But
right, Lapras the goat.
Lapras was the goat. I mean, you could.
What about Cloyster?
Cloyster is actually also a good Pokemon. Tentacle, people hate on water types in Gen 1, Tentacruel, Cloyster, Lapras, obviously Blastoise, and then Gyarados. Those were some solid. You needed one of them on your team to beat the game.
Yeah.
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 Be Gyarados.
Yeah, Gyarados. I literally 100% always pick Gyarados because Gyarados had
one of the Nidos, Nido Queen specifically.
I did Kangaskhan for that position.
You did Genghis Khan? Yeah,
I used Genghis Khan for that position.
You needed a good like solid ground type. I always did Nidoking just because I liked that. I liked his design. And I was like more of a Gary Oak fan in watching the anime because I was like, Ash is kind of like a little punk. Like he never really wins anything. He never won any gym battles. You go back and watch that shit. He didn't win a single fucking gym battle. He was giving that shit. Team Rocket saved his ass. But that was just me. So I was like, I like Nidoking because Gary's a badass, even though he's got too much money.
Yeah. Fucking Gary. That's why I was glad whenever he got beat.
But that's why he got stomped, because he became too busy coming back to glow, because he had such a head start on Ash. Like, by the time Ash had, like, his fourth bash, Gary had, like, all of them.
Yeah, because he was putting in that motherfucking work. He started the same day.
No, he put in enough work to make fun of Ash and did not prepare for the Orange Island tournament. He was not prepared for the Orange Islands.
He didn't get his ass handed to him in that. That was like one of the few times actually beat Gary though. Gary whooped his ass consistently with a normal ass Pokemon. Eevee was a normal Pokemon. He didn't involve that motherfucker. I mean, granted, Pikachu's not really much better if you look at the stats in Gen 1, but like...
I mean, is Pikachu
It really came down to the fact that Gary used other Pokemon instead of just, relying on Pikachu to carry
I just remember, like, the one time that it was just, like, Gary comes out of nowhere. It was been, like, multiple episodes, like, a very long time since you've seen Gary. He just comes out of the woodwork, and they're like, all right, Eevee versus Pikachu. Eevee whoops that motherfucking Pikachu's ass. Crazy. But so like I mean
that Eevee was built different.
It was. I mean Pikachu was built different. That motherfucker was shocking people to space.
Later on Pikachu was built different.
Yeah, later on.
I don't know. I think they nerfed Pikachu a little bit more later on in the game or in the anime.
Iron Tail? Nah. And Volt Tackle?
Yeah.
And Volt Tackle Pikachu?
That's true.
Pokemon
built
Journey's
different.
Pikachu is fucking Chad Pikachu. Like fuck this shit.
Can it Dynamax?
Gigantamax.
Gigantamax. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
But yeah,
that gimmick. Oh boy.
Since we got the Switch expansion pass, that leads me to something. A Game Boy Advanced and Game Boy Color emulator has been mined out of Switch Online.
And there are some bangers in it.
Really?
So we made the right call.
Is there a list?
I've seen some of the leak lists. Let me double check if I can find it. Metroid Fusion is on there. Battle Network 5 and Battle Network 2 is on there. Mega Man Zero is on there.
Okay.
Dog, if they finally start hitting us with Pokemon games, because boom.
Mystery Dungeon Red is on there.
What?
Mystery
it could be the spinoffs. I don't fucking care.
Oh, man.
Oh shit!
Hold on, I got the list.
Is this also Game Boy
Pokemon
Advance?
Pinball's on the list.
Oh hell yeah!
Sonic Battle.
Hold on. I'm working on it.
This is a niche game, but they really need to put that Yu Yu Hakusho game with like a fire.
Not happening.
I know it's not going to happen, but it was straight up a Fire Emblem rip off.
You gotta love a good license game, right?
They could they literally. It's Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. Like they could just dump.
Now I will say this is not the finalized list, but this is what was mined out.
Yeah, but this is literally a list. Like I understand the N64 list not being that huge. Those games are a little bit bigger for, I guess, the little like what they're trying to do.
I'm posting the list to the Discord now. The biggest names on there for me are Castlevania Aria of Sorrow,
right?
Golden Sun,
mm-hmm.
Metroid Fusion, and Mega Man Battle Network.
Well,
WarioWare is also on there with Wario Land and Wario Land 4.
Oh,
I mean, we can go through this list. It's only 30 games. We got Astro Boy.
Okay, well, starting at the top is Astro Boy, a Mega Factor.
Cool.
Second is Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. I'm day oneing that. 3 is Drill Dozer. 4 is F-Zero Maximum Velocity.
Mm-hmm.
People get a chance to play some F-Zero. Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones. That's a really good post reboot pre-reboot Fire Emblem game. Game & Watch Gallery 4. Both Golden Sun games. Golden Sun and Golden Sun Lost Age. Gunstar Superhero. Kirby and the Amazing Mirror.
Isn't the Kirby game
Kirin. I don't know that one.
Mm-hmm.
Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Mario Golf Advanced Tour. Mario Kart Super Circuit.
Goated. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. Mario Tennis Power Tour. Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Mega Man Battle Network 2. Mega Man 03. Mega Man Fusion. I mean Metroid Fusion, not Mega Man. Metroid Fusion. Metroid Zero Mission.
Mr. Driller 2.
Mr. Driller 2. Ninja 5-0. Pokemon Pinball. Super Mario Advance 4. Super Mario Bros. 3. Super Robot Tyson. Tactics Ogre. Wario Land 4. WarioWare. Yes. Super Mario Advance 3. Yoshi Island.
Inc. is one of the top tier one of those games. So
yeah.
Yep. And finally, Zelda Minish Cap. But there was also a lot of other games in the Raws, I think. I saw...
This almost sounds too good to be true.
It's a solid list.
It is a good list.
Because like top to bottom, that list is like fucking solid, you know?
So somewhere I heard it was Pokemon Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire, and not the original.
It is Ruby and Sapphire. It is Ruby and Sapphire because the original Pokemon Pinball was a Game Boy Color game.
Yeah, but this also like Zelda.
So wait, they're not going to throw any
No,
Game
these are all
Boy
GBA games.
Okay,
these are all GBA games.
They're also going to be Game Boy Color games.
Oh, okay.
Cool. But the list that we have is only Game Boy Advance.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a solid list. I mean,
this is something I've been asking for the longest, like GBA emulation on the Switch. I just hope they don't do.
Now that makes them saying.
I hope they don't do I was just gonna say so stupid, like make us pay an extra thing on top of what we're paying for the expansion pass to add Game Boy.
Yeah, that would be self-sabotage. I mean, we're gonna pay it, but that's that's fucked up.
I mean,
you know?
At this point, we had to game this system to justify. Because for me, like the thing I want is the Mario Kart DLC.
Yeah,
I don't think this is gaming the system because they figured people would probably do this anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they've been talking about doing it since before the expansion pack was a thing, and it was just time for a rubber to meet the road because Josh wanted to play Monster Hunter, and I was like, well, we were going to do this, so we're just going to do this, and then so, and now we're all like actually on it, and so
yeah, finally have an N64.
And a second N64.
Do you think? Okay, so with these, I know this is going to be years down the line. Do you think they would add GameCube to this, or at least whatever is after the Switch?
Okay, so that brings me to what I was going to say. I feel like with them saying, they said it a few weeks ago that the Switch is only in like the middle of its life cycle. This gives it like, more legs to sit on because, they can just slowly add games to it. Yeah. Then it justifies people getting the super expansion pass.
Heck, they also just localize Mother 3. That would sell the game pass for me right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already roped in, Jalen, so they don't have to sell you.
So if it ever just gets on there.
I mean,
because they're ever changing the NES and SNES one, right? Or at least they used to be, like, there was games added and taken off.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen a game get taken off the NES or the SNES.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they did continue.
Yeah, they just added new shit.
Yeah, they just added Earthbound.
Oh, tight.
Earthbound and Earthbound Beginning, so Mother 1 and 2. Like, they added those post the Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis coming out. They could really
didn't they announce that at the last Direct? Was it literally from the last Direct they had?
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I think so.
Mayhap.
All right, so speaking of some of these older games, Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi are going to be making a comeback as part of Sega's Super Game Initiative.
Yeah.
What is a Super Game Initiative?
It's something Sega has been, they're like, that's our next strategy, is we're going to develop. At first, it was just a super game. It seems like these two games, because like they got hit really hard by COVID, because like a big part of their business is like actual arcades. And so like with them not being able to have arcades open, and because Japan's still dealing with COVID like really bad.
Yeah.
And so for a lot of their aspects of their business to be seriously hit, like they're looking for, one of the things they said they're doing is like more remasters and re-releases and remakes and stuff like that. Hence us getting the Sonic Origins collection, which is Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles and CD. And it's coming June 23rd to like
with a little spin on it. I don't know. I want to know, like, seeing the anniversary bosses, I was just like, what does this mean for the rest of the game? Does it change the level design a little bit, or are you just running into Robotnik in a different way?
So from what I've managed to figure out so far, is I feel like Sega has different teams doing different games.
Okay.
So from what I've seen is that the Mania team is doing Sonic 3.
I can trust them. Their game has literally been amazing. But are they doing, is that Sonic 3 and Knuckles or just Sonic 3?
I think it's both.
Okay. That's cool. Because I think that's the one where they're just trying to maybe implement Tails, because I know you're going to be able to play as Knuckles through 1 and 2 now. I think you have been able to play him in 3 from what I remember, but yeah. It just like looks like a nice, fun rendition, and getting an easier way to play Sonic is always a good time for me.
I think in 1, 2, and 3, from the jump, they have Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles unlocked.
Yeah.
All of them.
Oh, Tails in 1? That's broken a little bit, I'll be honest.
So, I mean, it just seems to be like a celebration of like Sonic history, especially with the Sonic 2 movie doing so well.
Has anyone seen this movie?
Not yet.
No.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
The movie I want to see right now is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, that is.
Exactly.
I might go see that this weekend, actually.
Really good.
I'm going to go see that this weekend. Decided.
I might just watch Batman this weekend.
Oh, it's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I don't have to go to the theaters.
And I mean, on the superhero stuff, I watched the first 3 episodes of Moon Knight, and there was a character named Anton that was obviously a side character. I'm like, oh, he's gonna die. And like 2 minutes later, he died. And I was like, well.
Did you grow more powerful?
I mean, that's just a rule of being an Anton. If you're a side character, you're gonna die. Because like Fire Force, the Anton in Fire Force, side character, insta died. The Anton in Moon Knight, side character, insta died.
Was that the dude they were having the raid and he was given a quick flashback and then got eaten?
Somebody else's flashback that was in the group.
So not to go back into the crazy taxi, not to get crazy with the crazy taxi talk. They really want to like make this is Sega. What Sega said, they want to make, I guess, Crazy Taxi as big as Fortnite is and bring in that revenue.
That was an interpretation. That wasn't like what at no point did they ever specifically say Fortnite, Sega themselves. It's just a lot of the reporting. So what super games are basically live service games, and they just want to make really big live service games.
Okay, I was just reading the article from The Verge, and that's what, like, they put that in the quotes of saying, like, this is what they want to do, like, pretty much delivering the same reoccurring revenue. Not saying that they're going to build a battle royale of Super Taxi, which
I
don't know how that would work.
I understand.
You're fighting for customers.
Jet Set, but like Crazy Taxi, how does that work?
There's only X amount of people in the map to collect fares from at a time. So it's all about your ability to turn over those freaking fares.
And I mean, that would be arcadey as fuck. And I am here for that.
That would be insane, because then you'll have people like crashing into like people with people in them to try and reduce their score.
Yeah. Real cutthroat out here in the fucking business.
Yeah. So then it becomes even more about your driving skill, because you now have to avoid like NPC cars, player cars, while also doing the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just off the top of my head.
Yeah, and I mean, Crazy Taxi's closer. Of the two that they've talked about, Crazy Taxi's the one that's going to be out sooner. But I'm really excited for Jet Set Radio because, like, I've only played a little bit of the original Jet Set Radio, and I enjoyed what I played, but it was like, it felt very dated for when I played it.
It is.
It doesn't.
It is. I mean, which one did you play though?
Jet Set Radio, straight up. I have Future for the original Xbox. I've just never played it.
Future feels so much better. You know, being a more modern game, of course. Yeah. But also,
we do have that other game coming out. Again. Bomb City Cyber Rush. Bomb Rush. City Funk Rush. Bass knocking. Yeah, that one. I feel like that's going to scratch that itch maybe a little harder.
Well, I don't know, because Sega has lately been putting out quality stuff, like between Yakuza and Persona, and like anything Sega recently has been pretty good. Like the last dud they put out, I feel like, was Sonic Forces. I can't think of anything Sega's put out recently that hasn't been pretty good. And so, I mean, we'll see what it is, because
that's true.
This is one of those things that, because it's like all of these things are like translations of like Sega talking to a Japanese audience, and you know, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I have a feeling both of them could be good, both of them could be bad. Like, I hope Crazy Taxi's good, because that'll like motivate Jet Set Radio to be better. But I feel like if Crazy Taxi comes out and is a dud, and that seems to be the one that more people have excitement for. Like, I don't particularly have attachment to Crazy Taxi, but
Crazy Taxi is a good fucking time.
Yeah, but apparently, so I have it on Steam because I have the Sega Genesis like collection thing they did for Sega Day whenever, like a couple of years ago. They did like a whole festival on Steam, and you could get a bunch of old Sega games on Steam, a lot of them for free. And so I went in there and I got that. And I know Crazy Taxi is in that collection that I have, which is why it has all the games that are in the Switch Online Genesis pack and then some. So for that, I heard you need a mod to get the music back into Crazy Taxi, because
that's what I heard.
Music,
which was honestly like, as a kid, like I heard that too. Like if you're playing on PC and you don't have the mod that's like bringing back the original music, that does like just take away a lot of the experience, because the music was so, I guess, unique, but also like super memorable, and just like impacted the experience. How crazy
was it? Like licensed music or something?
Yes.
Yeah. But so you get that mod, you play it on there. So that is another thing with like Sega isn't really missing with their music, especially like in the Personas.
Well, that's all original.
They're doing better than
music.
Nintendo.
Yeah, I know, but like, so I would love to, or I think that's another part of it is like, I'm excited to see what music they're gonna put in this Crazy Taxi, and like also Jet Set Radio, just like the new original music they're gonna try to like put out, and how good this just like soundtrack is gonna be.
And also like game music licensing is a lot more like the system for it is more permanent now. Like Rock Band and like there were like the whole Xbox 360 generation with people figuring out how to do that better. And so now with like PS4, Xbox One going forward, it seems like I don't think they're going to take the licensed music out of Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that game is going to exist in perpetuity with all the licensed music that's in that game.
Yeah.
Like Rock Band, you can still go get songs
you can
from
still
Rock
buy
Band 1. Yeah.
Damn. I remember the times.
I mean, I still it's installed. Well, it might not be installed right now on my PS5, but since I've had my PS5, I've installed Rock Band on it.
Do the instruments still work?
I mean, my Rock Band 4 guitar, if I knew where it was right now, I'm pretty sure it'd work because Rock Band 4 wasn't that long ago.
All right.
Like a couple of years?
Yeah, it was last gen, but within the last, let's say 5 years. Well, I mean, COVID fucked up time, so who knows?
Yeah, who the fuck knows?
It could have been 12 years ago, and I'm just like...
COVID really said, Zawa! And then it just never unfroze.
It said Gesundheit,
and we're here now.
Right.
Gesundheit.
So, speaking of the pandemic, Digimon Survive, which is a game that has been perpetually delayed due to the pandemic, like it had a release date, got rid of a release date. Like Digimon Survive has looked good since they initially showed it, and we finally have a date. It's coming out July 29th. There's a new trailer, new artwork. I'm super stoked for this game.
Yes, sign me up.
What?
It's just Digimon.
I'm here for JRPG, like.
So, like, oh shit, like the fucking what Digimon game for the PS1 where you got to like pick your Digimon, walk around this world, meet other Digimon, try to fight.
Digimon World?
Yeah, where it was weird because the Digimon actually used the bathroom, and
yeah, they would poop and you would have to clean it up.
Yeah, as a kid, I thought that was the funniest fucking shit.
Bro, I had no idea what the fuck I was supposed to do. Like, I had that game, but I didn't know how to play it.
Not a clue. I got killed by a fucking... What was the seal? Not a seal. Walrus? I don't know. It was a fucking huge Digimon. I got my ass kicked and I was like, I'm done.
I remember I had an Agumon and it digivolved, but it digivolved into a slime.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo. I was like, yo, what the...
This game
doesn't do the pre... Like, I think it's because there's 2 baby evolutions in the freaking Digimon.
No, it turned into one of those like trash slimes that you fight that they would fight in the anime.
Oh,
it was like
I'm like, yo, this isn't even like, did I do something wrong? And it didn't explain shit. Like, you couldn't even pick if you wanted Agumon or what's the other one?
Adamon?
Garurumon?
I don't know.
I'm looking at this and there's some Digimon I've never seen.
Gabumon.
Like RNG would pick for you. It didn't make no sense for like a little 5-year-old, 6-year-old brain, you know?
Yeah, I think that's why like the Digimon pooping was the one thing that really like stood out to me. Just because I was like 6 years old, just like laughing my ass off as my like Digimon Agumon's just like taking a shit on the floor.
But have you played like Cyber Sleuth or Hacker's Memory? Those games are pretty solid.
No, I haven't. I think the only other Digimon games that I played were actually just like fighting games for the
GBA?
Digimon Rumble Arena?
Yeah, for GameCube? Yeah.
I played the ones on GBA.
Rumble Arena was on PlayStation, and then I think the second one was
maybe it
on
was
GameCube.
PlayStation.
The Game Boy Advance game.
Rumble Arena?
Yeah.
Huh. No, I don't necessarily know. Remember.
But this one
was definitely a 3D fighting game. Oh.
Digimon Survive. Like looking at it and seeing some of the Digimon, and I think it's
Rumble Arena, PlayStation, Rumble Arena 2, PlayStation 2.
Yeah, Rumble Arena. That was for the PlayStation. And Rumble Arena 2 for the PlayStation 2. I guess it also came out on Game Boy somehow?
Digimon Battle Spirit was the Game Boy Advance one.
Oh, okay.
Wow, I like how I Google it and like the first thing is a ROM. It's just a straight up first thing.
Digimon World 3. I wanted that shit so bad because it had that teddy bear. I was like, yo, he looked fine.
Damn.
Yep.
He's got belts on his hands.
Yeah, this fighting game looks good though.
Hey, man, I'd say check out the new Digimon games that are like, because they're on
$83.
Look at the new ones that are on Switch and PlayStation that go on sale fairly regularly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I got they'll sell them in a combo pack. Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory.
I think
like I said, those games are pretty solid.
Next Order.
Yeah, Digimon World Next Order and Digimon
New World Order.
Oh, yeah, that's so much better. It's only like $11.
Right. But I think Digimon World Next Order is the more risky one to get. I'd say get Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah. Okay. Cyber Sleuth is actually a lot of fun. It's a solid RPG. Okay. One thing about it is when you're trying to digivolve into like the more advanced, crazy type of Digimon, like I'm saying, like, what is the Angelamon, Dark Angelamon fusion, if you're trying to do that?
Ooh.
Remember how you said your Digimon digivolved into a slime?
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much have to de-evolve it back down to its baby form because the EXP stacks or some nonsense like that. It's like prestiging or some shit.
Oh.
And then you use that to affect the stats so you can then get higher and higher to the point where you're like you have your team of ultimates.
Huh. No, it's turn-based?
Yes.
Yep.
Actually, that's super.
Okay, so while Digimon kept getting delayed, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 actually got pushed up. It was originally coming out in September. Now it's coming out in July.
Do you think this is because Breath of the Wild 2 is being pushed back?
I mean, Breath of the Wild 2 got pushed to next year, so...
I know, so they're just like giving Nintendo gamers just something else earlier?
I think maybe the game was done a little sooner, or they realized that
in a world that
they had more wiggle room, I guess. It was like, okay, maybe we don't have to drop it way back here. We can give it to them a little sooner.
That's fair. It's just like so unheard of nowadays that I was just like, why? But
I guess I guess if it's
done, it's done.
They had the bitch tucked in the chamber, and I was like, all right, yeah, we're gonna set it then. It was like, oh, but you know what? We could drop this sooner, and it's gonna make more sense.
Yeah.
I mean, Xenoblade, now we're at the point where you can have Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3 on one system. Play them all the way through. The only one that's missing out of this sub-Xeno series is Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is still stranded on Wii U. And the fact that 2 came out early Switch, we're like, all right, they're going to give 2 some room to breathe. Then they announced 3, and then they're putting 3 out even earlier, and we have had 0 news of Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah, but also I feel like Xenoblade Chronicles X was not received as well on launch, and then was thought of as good and entertaining later. And I think that's part of the reason why.
But it still got praise eventually, so
yeah, it's
like next generation
game. Why they've even ported the third party Wii U exclusives. Like, I think the only game that anybody cares about whatsoever that is still stranded on Wii U is Xenoblade Chronicles X. The fact that we got Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE.
Don't forget the FE. Make it sharp.
It's not even the word sharp. It's like the music.
It's simple. Yeah. Music symbol for sharp. Tight. Has anyone on here, like the JRPG fans, played a Xenoblade Chronicles game? Like, is this like something to be... Should I get into this while it's on 1 and 2 or on the Switch and then just like get in?
My homie Brendan said it's fine, but I've been trying to get him to play other JRPGs. So
the way you said that didn't make me want to.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to take Brandon's advice.
Go watch gameplay of it, because that's the thing. I wanted to play 2. And then I looked at gameplay of it and I was like, I'm not fucking playing this. Like, I watched reviews and stuff and I was like, no.
I think I remember.
Is it the combat that turns you off?
The combat,
no, it's the UI.
Exploration. Yeah, like
it's really just the UI, because the gameplay is actually a lot of fun. It's just that UI is
the UI looks like there's a bunch of shit going on.
It's too cluttered. It's too cluttered.
Fair enough.
And the worst part is you need all those buttons.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I was watching Dylan play X, and I was like, I was not able to like really comprehend what he was doing, and then it was very shortly after he started doing that, he got addicted to 14, so I never saw it again. So like it was like maybe an hour or 2 of gameplay that I saw someone playing a Xenoblade, and I was like, It looks.
It's a Nintendo game, so it's cool. Never going on sale. And I mean, you play Shulk in Smash Bros. So I'd say the first one universally is praised.
Okay,
it
first
might not hold up.
So play as Shulk, and then that's it.
I mean, heck, they're all on the Switch. Start with the first one, see how you feel, see if you want to continue. Heck, make a video series out of it.
The problem is the first one is $60. The second one with the DLC is $90. And then the third one is going to be $60. So, I mean, that is a financial investment that...
I'll think about it.
Yeah, that knocked the wind out your sails, huh?
Right, real quick.
Poof.
$60. Real fucking quick.
When did that game come out? 60? Jesus.
This is
you can get Persona edition. Royal on digital right now, and go get Scarlet Nexus and or Tales of Arise for under $60.
Fucking Monster Hunter.
You can get Tales and Scarlet.
I mean, you could, for that same $60, you could get SMT5 and probably have a better time.
Oh yeah.
Wait, don't you already have SMT5?
I do. I just have to put the time in to play it.
Played it yet?
Not yet. I really haven't played anything on my Switch. I bought Legends Arceus. I have maybe put an hour into that.
I need to go back to that. I made a JRPG folder of the JRPGs that I started on my Switch and actually intend to play more of. So it's Legends Arceus, SMT5, Monster Hunter Stories 2, and Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Great list right there.
And also, there's Kirby out there, and Kirby got some good reviews.
Kirby Automata. The Throat Goat.
Yo, for real, that was a weird ass mechanic.
All right. So this is some breaking news. Like as of recording, it was just announced.
Oh shit!
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 and Part 2 have been delayed.
There's 2 parts?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find the date. So Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 is delayed till June of next year, and Part 2 got pushed back to March of 2024.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
I was really excited for that. Yeah, I was just really excited for... And I mean, the more time they take with it, the better it's going to be in the long run. It's just one of those things. It's kind of a bummer because, like, Into the Spider-Verse is a top 5 movies for me.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
So, for the sequel, and then the sequel to the sequel to have been announced and then delayed, I'm like, y'all could have just not announced it.
I mean, that's a problem that Jalen keeps has consistently brought up. They always have to announce things, and then things get pushed back, and then you're like, it's going to come out 5 years after you announced it. Why are you talking about it now?
Because they have to gauge sales early because things are made for profit.
Spider-Verse, bro. Like Spider-Man, anything is selling. They don't have to gauge interest. Spider-Man is like one of Marvel's top selling
remember, this is the same. Remember, we're dealing with the same system that took the villain from Iron Man 3, who was supposed to be a mirror to Tony, and gave us that Mandarin bullshit because they didn't think a woman villain would sell toys. This is the same world where Teen Titans got canceled because girls were buying toys from the wrong side of the aisle. Like, this is the same world where the Disney Marvel movies are animated before they have a director, and the director pretty much just does their own shot-for-shot remake. Come on.
So speaking of shot-for-shot remakes, Jalen.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing Lich King Classic. I don't give a fuck.
It was just like...
So for anybody who doesn't know, it's called Dragonflight, right?
Yes, Dragonflight. That's the new expansion.
The new World of Warcraft expansion was announced.
That's coming next year.
What was the last one? Because I feel like there was one Shadowlands.
Shadowlands. Is Heaven's Ward? Heaven's
Dragonflight Ward.
I would like to say this though, as much as I love the meme of showing the cutscene, showing that one snippet of the cinematic that matches the Final Fantasy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that meme is good, but in like the actual context of it, there are 2 very different things.
Yeah.
I felt
that's what it seemed like.
Very different emotions. One was like, once again, it's the church. It's always the church. And then the wild one is Stone Bro, not Stone Bro.
Right. Stone Bro was about to die a happy stone because
he did his job and he accepted his fate.
Right.
And then he was saved by a dragon.
I was dead. I did the shit I was supposed to do. I'm about to die. Like mission accomplished. And then the dragon just happened to save him.
Not just any dragon. That's Alex Straza. Like, did
the people that left at the beginning that he was using the beacon to call back, are those now dragons?
No, they were always dragons. Okay, so at the end of Cataclysm,
straight up people.
The Age of Dragons ended because they had to use all their power to defeat God, what was his name? World Eater Deathwing, I believe we were calling him back then. Like, so they had to use all their power to create a super weapon to kill Deathwing. And then they were like, okay, we've basically lost our powers. It's all over. The Age of Dragons is over. Mortals are in charge. That lasted for... Let's see. It was Pandaria. Battle for Azeroth, Legion, Shadowlands. So
what the
4
fuck?
expansions.
God
now
damn.
the dragons are back.
What was World of Warcraft Legion? I feel like I've heard
Legion
of that.
Legion was tight as fuck. Okay, so that was the one right before Shadowlands, and that was the end of the Burning Legion arc. And when I say that shit was hype, like, yo, Illidan came back. Freaking, we had to fight Sargeras. Like, he put a sword in that. Like, it's so cool. It just speaks to, like...
Wow.
It's the type of fantasy that I don't get in a lot of my media anymore. And the type of gameplay that WoW, at least Classic specifically, because that's what I'm going to be playing, you just can't get anywhere else. Like, 14 got some experience. WoW has type of emergent experience that 14 can't replicate. Like, it really can't.
I don't know. Like, I've given WoW enough shots, and I feel like I just don't like WoW. And 14...
WoW wasn't for you in the first place. I've been telling you that for years.
But you were
after I gave up on trying to get you into it. No, I gave up trying to get into it by the time we reached high school. I realized at that point, like... at that point, I was like...
You're too far gone.
Yeah. But that's also why I was so surprised that he cracked down on 14 like he did.
It caught even me off guard, all right?
Like, that was just, like... Honestly, I think 14's just an anomaly for him. But,
Right.
Yeah. What was it about 14?
The Final Fantasy.
It was everything?
The Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
That was really what...
I mean, 14 is an addictive being.
That's the thing.
The first time I played 14, I played it for like 8 hours. I was like, oh shit. What the fuck?
I do. So do you have to like go through all the content you haven't gone through in WoW just to get to this new stuff?
No. You pretty much... So the way they've handled it is you go through like... You basically get to like 1 to 60, 1 to like 58, 60. And then you enter Shadowlands and you do the rest of that content.
Mm-hmm.
You don't actually have to go through everything. You can, but through the leveling process, you don't actually have to do that.
Oh, okay.
So, did they cut content at any point? Was like Cataclysm, like, didn't that like shift around content?
Yes, that's when they... Okay, so with Cataclysm, they remade the map because Deathwing showed up and destroyed everything.
Oh.
Like, literally, some maps got entirely remade. Like, I want to say Desolus became an oasis because of everything that happened. And some other areas got fundamentally changed, but... Technically, like, the problem with retail is that you're basically playing patch to patch. Like, it doesn't really have that full, like, up and down every single bit of content matters like 14 does. But also, you can't get ganked like you can in 14, so... World PvP is such a chaotic, magical mess.
Wait, what? World PvP?
World PvP?
Is it like...
so
like
literally, you could be out exploring the world and... Yeah.
Dang.
Like, straight up, you could be out there collecting flowers for your herbalism and get jumped by, like, 3-4 people.
That's
Fight back!
And then because of the way the ranking system works for PvP, you would get, like, 5-6 man hit squads where they would just roam around in the higher level areas looking for, like...
So Elden Ring.
Worthy people to just jump and slaughter. It was hilarious.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, but that's the thing about it is you can't turn... Well, depending on your server, you can't turn that off.
Right.
I'm on a PvP server, so it's on all the time. It's on site.
So is it good to like run in a pack?
Yeah. It's also one of those things where it's like, there's a lot of... The systems make you interact with the community in a way, but it's also like, I wonder if, as a MMO community, we still really play games like that sometimes. I wonder. Because LFR was introduced in Lich King, and I think it's not going to be in Lich King, at least not at the start. Even though like Lich King didn't even have LFR at the beginning of it, it didn't show up to like tier 9, tier 10. I think
it was tier 10. LFR?
Looking, that is the raid finder. Looking for a raid.
Yeah. So like the duty system out of Final Fantasy.
Yep.
It's just that. Because before you'd have to just go and chat LFR.
Yep, and then you would have to travel there. It was a bit like some of those limitations create the type of gameplay that has a real magic to it that I always miss that I haven't really been able to find anywhere else. That's why I end up keep coming back to like Classic specifically.
Destiny had it.
Destiny did not.
Well, I mean, it was in a third-party app, but like there was a Destiny LFG app that was like, and then you'd like actually like talk to people and find people who were cool through there, like.
Yeah,
for high-end Destiny content for a while, like
you had to do the LFR thing in Destiny, but it's not the same experience because, like, remember, inside game, for the most part, your main form of communication was emotes and like nodding your head and shaking no, like, you know.
Yeah.
And then also, like, there's a shystiness to WoW that's also, like, gone. Like, you have people begging for gold so they can buy gear for their alts and stuff. It's crazy. It's amazing.
So it is the community that, like, keeps driving you back into WoW compared to, like, what the community is in, like, 14 or Destiny, I guess, because that is technically also an MMO.
Yes. Absolutely. Like World PvP, as much as it feels, as much of a bitch it is to get ganked all the time, it's so much fun to get in some stupid shit. It's so much fun.
I can't like just say anything about you liking this game because you understand that this game is technically bad and that's why you keep going back to Classic.
Yeah. I don't fuck with retail right now. I don't fuck with retail. When Dragonflight comes out, we'll see. We'll see.
What it's hitting on.
Yeah, because I would like to, and this is also something else I would like to say is Classic is included into your subscription.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, and I'm expecting Lich King Classic to be out around October to November. Dragonflight sometime. Probably maybe this time next year. Probably. Something like that. So we'll see if retail can pull me away from Classic. And all the other games I'm playing.
Is Classic pretty much just New Game Plus?
No.
Is it it's starting all over?
No, it's literally a lot of the design decisions that were added in the expansions, it's literally just how it was at that point in time.
Oh, okay.
So currently we are on patch 2. We're on like the final Burning Crusade tier.
Okay.
And after that we'll be on Lich King pre-patch. And then everyone will start running around making Death Knights. You know how it is whenever a new class comes in, everyone got to show up with them because they're freaking broken.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I like the changes they talk about in Dragonflight. I like the return to an exploration in a magical world type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't know who the big ending threat is. It's kind of like, let's explore the Dragon Isles and do stuff.
Nice.
All right. So, who put Saints Row character customization in the doc?
I did, because that shit is insane.
What have they shown?
What's the black hair looking like?
Have not, from the article I read and the images I've seen, I have not seen any black hair.
Okay.
But the other stuff that I've seen is just like utterly insane. Like, for example, there was you can go streaking in a Saints Row game. So of course they have different ways of customizing your sensor bar.
That's different.
Fun. Oh yeah, like the teeth options that they got. Look, it's like the options you have are like wild.
Hey, so people are going to make some truly cursed characters.
Yeah, teeth options.
Yes, cursed characters.
Oh, you're gonna see the entire range of it. It's gonna be wild.
Exciting.
The game looks good. I want it when it comes out in August.
Damn. It's that soon?
I mean, it got delayed. It was supposed to be like this month originally, I think.
Oh yeah, that's true. This year is just flying.
So, Chris.
Yes.
A little document told me that you got a 3070 Ti.
Okay, yeah. Let me tell you about this story about what my adventure was on Friday to Micro Center. I wanted to go to Micro Center because I've been looking for a new monitor. Just because, playing console, I've always wanted a bigger. I've always played on a bigger screen. But I got it in my office now, and the biggest thing I got is it's a 32-inch, which isn't bad, but also it's like a 32-inch 60. So I'm looking for a monitor upgrade, and that's what my initial idea of going to Micro Center. I was just gonna look at browse some monitors. I've been looking at the Euros OLED 48-inch.
I couldn't do an OLED for a monitor.
Really?
Yeah, because burn-in. Like the amount of
this one actually, if I've looked up, trust me, I looked up a lot of reviews on this one, and everybody's like, Euros has done a lot to make sure that does not happen.
Well, yeah, I know. And actually, speaking of OLED, remember you were saying you got a Sony OLED?
No, it's not a Sony OLED. It's just
your TV.
Yeah. It's not OLED.
Oh,
well, it's just a Bravia.
LG has been supplying the Bravia panels for a while.
Oh.
So you technically have an LG panel in a Sony TV.
I'd rather the LG.
I mean, okay.
I'm just saying it's nothing against Sony. It's just the interface they're using.
Yeah.
Google TV is not a great it's not a great UI. It just isn't. It's very slow. It's very clunky. It just isn't a good. That's all I'm saying. For as far as TVs go, I would really look at what you're going to get as far as smart TVs.
Roku has been the best one that I've had. I'm not even sure what my current one is, but Roku, I could control it with my Google Home. There was an app on my phone that I could use as a remote. Mm-hmm. It was I could sideload apps. So there wasn't an official Twitch app, but there was a third party one that I could sideload.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you're going for one of those, a Roku or a Fire TV, I have a Fire TV in the bedroom. It's solid. But I'm if you want Roku. A Roku, I mean, yeah, they're really.
I like it. But it's also with the Roku, you really do need to focus on making sure you're getting quality TV. The Roku interface is fine, but you got to make sure you're getting a quality TV.
Yeah, but if you're going to higher end where it is LG, Samsung, Sony, I think those are the really the top three that are making high end 4K HDR high definition whatever panels or high quality TVs. I think you need to do your research before buying it. I just went Sony because I was Sony makes a great PlayStation, so they might make great TVs too. And then the guy, I mean, I don't know. I went back and they were everybody was you should have bought a Samsung. It's got better reviews. And then next year LG was coming up and they were yeah, LG's actually coming up. And then Sony's just in last place. But so just do your research before you spend too much money on a TV if you are in the market for an expensive TV. So back to Micro Center, I am in the market for more of an expensive monitor just because I'm going to buy this one and it's going to be my monitor that's going to last me for a while. I need something with a high color gamut. Then also I'm going to enjoy gaming. I mean, just because I am now learning graphic design. We'll soon be doing video editing and just like kind of learning different things on the side for the podcast and just like for myself in general. And then after looking through all the monitors, seeing the price, seeing like how good, like if you honestly look at this monitor, it's Zeros OLED. LG makes the panels, and it's a solid monitor. If you guys like, I had to go see it in person because I've watched so many reviews. I was like, I want to see this thing in front of me to see what it looks like outside of like watching it on YouTube. And so it's a beautiful looking monitor. The display is fantastic. But I walked around and then I like stumbled after going into the keyboard section, stumbled upon the graphic cards, and they had
accidentally happened to be over here by the graphic.
Oh damn!
Yeah, I was just like,
what do we have here?
And then like the guy like immediately saw me walk up, and I was like looking around, just like nonchalantly looking at a 3080, and it was like it's
hey
like
there, brother.
It was like $1,100, and I was like, oh, that's a lot of money for a 3080. And he was like, do you need help? And I was like, I'm just looking. He was like, just so you know, we got a 3070 Ti for $699. And I was like, all right.
So do you happen to have whatever graphics card you had before laying around?
Claim that one, homie.
Hold on. So I was like, all right, show me what this 3070 Ti does compared to my current, like what I had at the time, 2070. And he was like, all right, yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, let's watch some benchmarks. And it's like fucking 60 frames per second better than the 2070. And I was like, that's cool. And then it was like, it runs like everything you want with gaming. What's that new thing that everybody loves at the PS5 and now? What's
variable refresh rate?
Yeah, I don't know why this is escaping me.
120 FPS.
No, it surpasses that. It's like 200. Fuck, what is that shit called? When you see the shadows and all that and the glistening and there we go. Thank you, Jesus. Sorry, that was escaping me.
I won.
It was like, they were like, yeah, it does ray tracing, like all this. And I was like watching this video. This guy was showing me to like hoping that I buy this graphics card. And I'm like, this is great. Like, but in the back of my head, I'm like, can I spend $699 right now on this graphics card? I know I want it. I know it's going to go up in price. Like its market price is $599 because of tariffs and everything else is $699 currently. This is the best deal I'm probably going to get for right now. So I immediately pick up my phone to try to make the best decision I possibly can, not call Marissa, and just say, hey, Jalen, do I need to buy this thing? Or is this just a bad idea? And he's like, well, how are your bills? And I was like, I paid my bills already. And he was like, well, do you have money to spend? I was like, yeah, dude, like if I bought this, like I'm straight until my next paycheck. Like everything's paid for. I kind of had money saved aside that I didn't pay for my last paycheck. He was like, yeah, fucking get it. And also, what are you doing with your last one? And I was like, he's like, I need to upgrade your graphics card. Like, I want to get into like, I got to get into like game design and everything I was like, yeah, dude, whatever. That's cool. And then we talked about D&D for whatever reason for the next 45 minutes. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to go buy a graphics card. So I'm now the proud owner of a 3070 Ti.
A Ti.
Nice.
Ti. 3070 Ti. It's dope. It's fucking like, it's not what the 3080 Ti is compared to like almost being the 3090. It's more of a mid, like just better 3070, but like that's still really fucking good. I've already noticed.
Yeah, you're saying it like it's basic.
It's not basic. I've already noticed it with like graphic design, like using Affinity Photo, like making the last design that I made. Like it's rendering better. Like the app is just running better. I played Elden Ring, and the Elden Ring just looked absolutely phenomenal compared to where like playing in the 2070. The frame rates aren't dropping. The grass is detailed because apparently they cut out grass and everything. So I was just like, yeah, like maximum everything. And I was like, this is beautiful and it's playing fantastic. Yeah. That's my story for getting a 3070 Ti on the fly. Thank you, Jalen, for talking me into it.
Nice. That's exciting.
It is exciting. I'm excited to see what else I can do with it.
Egg, you've been using it though, like
consistently. I like
drop something in the Discord every week.
I knew I wanted to upgrade like last year when they were all dropping for like gaming, and little did I know that I would like try to teach myself a trade that I was like, actually I'm using this card more for design than I am for gaming on my computer. And it's cool. Got this. I'm about to be in full PC upgrade mode. Next, probably going to be the CPU, on and so forth.
Okay. So, does anybody have one more thing before we wrap?
This is quick, but I recently started playing Slay the Spire, and that game is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been infecting
so
the
good
PSN party, and it was really entirely because of your recommendation, Jalen.
Yeah, because I remember a while ago.
Oh, yeah, Jalen said that game's really good.
I would like to say my favorite character is the Defect, because getting those orb with an orb build, or recursion build. I love me a good recursion build.
I really like the Silent. Like
Silent is my second favorite.
Always having those cards come like in and out, you can just like go and go and go and like really hit a stride. It's like, if you don't build right, she will not do enough damage.
A poison not shiv build was stupid. Like get in Venom, get shivs, because shivs cost 0 energy. So you're just using like Blade Dance, and you're just getting shivs, and each shiv stacks poison onto it, which then does like a giant tick every turn. So you're just stacking higher and higher amounts of poison.
I actually beat it with her. I forgot what type of build I ran, but it was... I don't remember. It was some shit. It's just so fluid. Like, I like her combat. The other one I was trying, but like... what's the fourth character? She's like a sage?
Yes. It's either Sage or Watcher. I don't know.
Who knows? But like her switching stances, that shit is super fire. But like when you're in Wrath mode, just taking that 50% damage increase is like fucking make or break. If you don't switch back to like calm mode or whatever, you will get your shit pushed in. But yeah, it's the free game on PlayStation Plus. I definitely recommend checking it out.
I recommend.
It will eat a lot of your time though, because once you get sucked in, you're like, I'll just do one more. Like I'll just keep running until I hit the boss. I might as well just see how far I can go. I don't have to stop, because you can suspend anywhere and it's fine. But you kind of want to just keep going while you're in the motion and you're in the groove of it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the boss fights in those games, each boss is different. So it's like it will punish different parts of your build. Like, there are some bosses that are like, you might be able to, like, you have to be able to do like large hits in a certain amount of turns. One punishes you. Like, for example, the Heart punishes you for playing a bunch of cards, because it has a mechanic where you take damage every time you play a card.
Ooh.
I remember in one of my Silent runs, I was doing a Shiv build. I ended up against the Heart and I killed myself. I threw so many cards at that thing. I just died. It was amazing, though. It was so much fun.
I mean, it's free on PlayStation Plus, so Chris, if you
you should at least try it out, especially if you've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
or Return.
I got the card bug, so I'm definitely gonna check this game out.
I installed it. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet.
We're gonna get Anton into a deck building roguelike.
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what I feel like playing right now, so I'm kind of just in this weird zone of like. Also, I'm extremely tired. Like, I've been super busy, and my birthday's coming up, and Yeah.
Happy almost birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Happy almost birthday.
Monday.
Because it will be past before we record again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm doing anything, so y'all aren't gonna be missing. Like, I think I'm just gonna spend the day with Angelina. I took the day off work, so
Nice.
like it is my birthday, and since my 21st birthday, I made it a rule I will never work on my birthday again.
Oh, I feel that it's either people don't work on their birthday or they don't work the day after.
I mean, with it being a Monday, like I'm not gonna go like to work Monday, go through as much shit as I have to deal with on a Monday, and then
3-day weekend. Always pick the 3-day weekend.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very true.
I think my shit's on Wednesday.
Mine is on a Thursday.
Birthday party.
I don't even fucking know. Podcast birthday party. Hey.
Just don't fall asleep.
Can't promise anything.
I'll keep Sandra away from chocolate cake.
Mine's on a Friday. Oh goddamn! Come on, y'all. Jesus Christ! Both of those were attacks at me.
Right. Right.
Was that the same day?
Am I the only problem? Jeez.
Like, did you have multiple podcast birthdays, or is that the same day?
I think no. I think we just celebrate. I think it was on Wednesday, but then we celebrated on Saturday. I don't know.
Both of these things have happened during the podcast.
Yeah. Oh.
And you having to get chocolate cake out of Santiago.
That wasn't my fault. I was in here doing a podcast.
That's
Little
just
did I know after the podcast, I just hear, the dog ate half a cake. I was like, what the fuck?
He's probably up there licking her mouth. That shit was good as hell.
So just in case y'all know, if it's milk chocolate, cake mix, Betty Crocker, whatever y'all get, it's fine if they eat half of it. It's not that toxic if it's milk chocolate. Dark chocolate, they're dead. Milk chocolate, there might be okay.
Raisins and grapes, also a no-go.
Don't do that.
Right, that shit's toxic to them.
Onions, apparently also very toxic. Although I'm a messy cook, and I'm sure my dog's eaten enough onions to like fail a talk screen.
Okay, and with that, remember you follow us all collectively around the internet, GGControllerPodcast.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Anton6 with 3X's, Chris.
Chef and Chris.
Jalen.
Squid Bishop.
Grid.
Speedwagon X.
Alright, this has been a Know It's Good production. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. The audio version is edited by Iknowjones. Until next time, keep it cheesy.